All right, what's up guys? So today's video, I wanted to take you guys through a quick workout with me to show you guys just something simple that I like to do on Mondays. And that's usually chest and triceps for my workout. And then I hit a little bit of cardio afterwards. So let's get into it. Now this is gonna be a very simple workout. And I do like to focus a lot of my time on some compound movements, but I do a lot of just isolated lifts as well, because I think they are very beneficial to my goals personally right now. But if you're just getting in the gym, guys, the main thing that you need to focus on, I believe, is starting very slow and very light, and focus on your form is crucial, because I've injured myself before, man, and it's really been a pain to heal from it. I popped out my lower back, the pelvis area. I did some damage down there during squats because of bad form, and it's a lesson hard learned, but I think it's something that you guys should really focus on when you're getting in the gym, is going to be your form, obviously, and starting light, and also start off with some compound movements to get your base down, you know, before you start to get more advanced into stuff. So that's just a quick little rundown on what I would recommend when you first start off. I can get into more detail in other videos on other things when it comes to working out and cardio and whatnot, diet. But today, let's take you into the gym with me. Let's go.
So we're going to start off with doing some warm-ups, guys. This is essential before you get under any weight. Make sure you guys are doing a dynamic warm-up to start off. I like to do some shoulder circles here to really activate the shoulders and also to get the blood flowing. Next I like to do is hit some rotator cuff warm up here. This is a 5-pound weight, and I just like to focus on really activating and getting my rotator cuffs nice and warmed up before we get under the bench today. The worst thing to do is to hurt your rotator cuff when you're benching. Next thing I like to do is I like to do some scapula activation with all my workouts. Usually I do this with a band, and this is really good for getting that muscle-mind connection going and activating that scapula before you actually get under the weight. So starting off with the first exercise, I like to do some push-ups with all of my workouts. This is just a little transition exercise I like to do before the main stuff. But I like to do 3 sets of 30 with 2-minute rests in between. That is how I usually start off all my workouts. Do as many as you can, just do 3 sets. So starting off with the first exercise here, we're gonna be doing the bench press. Now what I like to do with bench press is I usually do a progressive overload. I usually start off with just the bar, work my way up to the set weight that I'm trying to start at, and then I start my main sets there, okay? So all together, I'll be usually doing around 6 to 7 sets, but my main sets, I'll do 4 of them, and I will go for 6 to 8 reps, okay? So 4 sets, 6 to 8 reps, and I usually do 3-minute rests between bench right here. And that is a good start off to the workout for me. Next, we're gonna be hitting some chest press, some incline chest press here, plate loaded. I like doing this one because it's really good to activate the upper chest. I really feel it and feel the burn on this one. We're gonna be doing 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps with 2-minute rests in between sets. All right, next up is going to be the cable fly machine here. Now, what I see a lot of guys doing on this one, and I think it's a big mistake, is they go too heavy with it. They load it up too much, and then they are compensating by using momentum and not really using the targeted muscle group, which is the chest here. So I like to go a little bit lighter, and I like to go anywhere between 10 to 15 reps on this one, 4 sets, 2-minute rests in between sets. But just make sure you're taking this one a little bit slower and focusing on that muscle-mind connection to activate that chest. Next up, we're gonna be doing some dips. Now what I like to do here is usually hit 3 sets to failure, okay? 3 sets to failure with 2-minute rest is what I usually do. Now I do them weighted. You don't have to do that. Obviously there's assisted, so if you can't do dips, use the assisted machine. And like I said, 3 sets till failure and then 2-minute rests. We're gonna finish up the workout here with a little bit of tricep work. Now, I like to do the straight bar tricep extension here, cable extension first. And the key for this one for me is going to be to keep those elbows tucked into the body and then really controlling the weight up and down. Don't let that weight when on the way up really fall down on you. You want to control that weight on the way up and then squeeze at the bottom. That will really activate this one. We're gonna finish up the workout with some rope extension here, tricep rope extension. I like doing this one as a burn and a finisher. It really targets that outside of that tricep, and this is a great finishing workout. And for these tricep workouts, we're gonna be doing 4 sets, 12 reps, 2-minute rests. And then we're finishing out the workout with some cardio here. So just moderate state, steady state cardio. Put the incline up as far as it can go, and I do 20 minutes at a speed of about 3.1. Now, I'm only doing this for 20 minutes, 3 days a week right now. I'm going to be upping that when I start to get into more of a cut phase on my body. But right now, this is what I'm doing. So let's finish out with a little bit of cardio.
So we just got home from the gym, running an errand, going to the grocery store, stopping and getting some lunch. And now we're back. And what I want to do with you guys is show you just a little rundown on a few groceries that I have got from the grocery store and show you just a little bit of what I like to incorporate into my diet. So let me show you what I got from the grocery store. So these are a few of the items that I do like to get when I go to the grocery store. It is something that I do on a weekly basis. I usually go to the grocery store once a week to twice a week, on a Monday usually after the gym. And I like to pick up a few things that will get me by throughout the week. I usually do not eat out. If I do, it's usually about once to twice a week that I eat out. And these items right here are usually what I get to get me throughout the week. I do cook a lot during the week. I also believe in a whole foods diet. I'm not a big fan of vegetables. It's just something that just doesn't work well with my body and my genetics, I guess. But I also believe that when it comes to your diet, the vegetable thing, take it for what it is. There's a lot of information out there on another video that we can talk about. But just to go over some basic stuff, obviously, I drink a lot of milk and I eat a lot of animal products. I'm not a vegan. I don't get into any kind of diet like that. I believe in a whole food diet and eating a lot of red meat, eating a lot of chicken, a lot of cheeses, milks, yogurt, those kind of things, guys, and a lot of fruit. Okay, so obviously we got our milk here. I like to get Colby Jack cheese usually. This one is just the Kroger brand, and I like this stuff because it tastes good and it adds a lot to meals when I like to eat. So one slice of this per day usually fits my macros. And I also do like to eat a lot of dark chocolate. I usually save this for the end of my day, just to give myself like a little sugar. But these ones are the best because I have a trina allergy, very severe trina allergy. So if you have a trina allergy, this brand right here, this Enjoy Life, this one, dark chocolate is made in a facility that is free of tree nuts, shellfish, any kind of allergens. So I really like this brand of Enjoy Life chocolate. Dark chocolate is my favorite. Now I do like to incorporate some grains. So white rice is my main source that I intake, and I usually do white rice with chicken for dinner. Chicken thighs, because right now with my macros, I'm on a higher fat diet right now. And they just go well together. I usually will make like a teriyaki chicken or some hot spicy chicken with rice, and these ones right here are just quick and easy to make, and the macros and nutrition on them aren't that bad. It's very easy. You just pop them in the microwave for a minute and you're ready to go. So these minute rices are great. I also do use a rice cooker when I'm making larger amounts, but I usually like to make meals on the go just every day because I like fresh meals. I'm not a big fan of meal prep, like meal prepping a large amount of meals, because for my diet and how I like to eat, I like fresh meals, hot meals. So it's something that I do personally just to keep me accountable, and it helps me out with my diet because it's just leftover sometimes are really hard for me to eat. But I do meal prep a little bit, which I'll go over here. Now, another thing that I eat a lot of the times when I get home and I do before the gym is going to be these Kodiak oatmeal protein packs. These are very simple as well. You just add some hot water to them. And I usually will add this with a banana. And that's a nice little pre-workout snack. Gets the carbs in, gets you a little bit of fats, a little bit of some protein and whatnot. So the Kodiak oatmeal, the chocolate chips, these are great, man. They taste very good. So I'd recommend those. I already said yogurt. This is the brand that I like to use because it is 000. There's no fat-free, no sugar added, no artificial sweeteners. So this brand of Greek yogurt is my favorite. It works for me, and it tastes really good, especially the vanilla. I like just the basic vanilla in it, but it comes in different flavors, you know, like fruits and stuff. And there's a plain one as well. So this brand is what I like to use. Now for my proteins, guys, I keep it pretty variety. I do add fish. I eat salmon a lot as well, but I like to stop by Whole Foods and get those fresh usually. But for my chicken right now, like I said, I'm doing chicken thighs because they have a little bit more fat, and I believe dark meat is a lot more tasty. I'm not a big fan of chicken breasts, but these the chicken thighs from this brand right here, the organic stuff, you know, I try to buy organic as much as possible, but when it comes to the meats, so I like the chicken thighs. And I usually eat a lot of red meat, guys. So you know, I incorporate steaks, thin steaks, usually with some chicken broth on the side, and you know, some rice sometimes for dinner. So I like to switch it up and alternate, and I do chicken, beef, and then some salmon. Usually throughout the week, I usually eat salmons on Thursdays, and then I usually do them all with rice. So I just sear these on a cast iron with some olive oil or some olive oil spray for fat-free option. So that's what I like to use. Also, I am an avid elk hunter, guys. So I took down an elk this last year in October. So I have a freezer full of elk meat, a lot of ground, and a couple steaks and whatnot. And I got some jerky made. But usually, what I'll do with elk meat is I usually make just this pound of ground elk. I'll cook it in the cast iron with just like a taco seasoning mix, and then I'll eat that with you know, some corn tortillas, or I'll just eat it by itself, guys. Also, I'll do sloppy joes, like healthy sloppy joes with some hamburger buns. That's also, and I also do this with I add a slice of cheese on there, and that is pretty tasty and makes it easy for me to just make something quick and simple. It's so easy to cook this stuff. And this elk hamburger has 10% beef fat added to it, so it has a little bit of fat, but elk is a very, very great red meat. If you do not know, it has a very high source of iron in it, and it's also very tasty. It's like a mix between, I would say, venison and bison. That is what the flavor of elk is. And you know, it's not gamey, and it has a more unique flavor to it. So I really like elk. I eat this stuff for my lunchtime throughout the week when I'm at work. So this is the only thing I really meal prep. I'll cook this, put it in glass containers. I'll usually do about 6 ounces of this per meal, and I eat that every day for lunch. Usually is going to be the elk burgers when I'm at work with a yogurt, and then I do it with either some dark chocolate or you know, some type of carb, which would be the hamburger bun I usually do, or sometimes I will add rice or something like that. But the elk burger is probably my main source of a protein that I like to get when it comes to the red meat. I eat more elk burger than anything. Now, I also do make protein shakes in the morning. I usually just do 12 ounces of my lactose-free milk here, because I do have a lactose sensitivity a little bit, so it kind of messes up my stomach. But I usually do 12 ounces of that with this protein, is what I have been using for years. The gold standard, the Optimum Nutrition Whey, the dark chocolate one, or the rich dark chocolate, or whatever it is. I usually do a scoop of this, and then I do a serving of the PB Fit in my protein shake as well, which is 13 grams. And that is what I usually have for breakfast in between. I also do a protein bar as well, which I forgot to pick up. But these are basically the essentials that get me by throughout the week. Okay, so it's nothing crazy. I think I spent about $80 for this, with, you know, the price of groceries right now is pretty crazy. And also, before I forget, I eat a lot of fruit, guys. So bananas, I eat about 2 bananas a day. I'll usually do that with a cup of cereal, just cornflakes, just basic cornflakes. I eat a lot of mangoes, pears, kiwis, apples, and then I usually like to incorporate with my steaks. Sorry, get this out of here. Shallots. Okay, I like to cut up shallots and I saute them and I put them on top of my steak, usually with some garlic. I eat a lot of garlic as well. I think garlic is very beneficial. And also honey, guys. I eat a lot of local organic honey. I'll show you the brand that I like to use. I get it at Whole Foods. I live in Colorado, so it's a local brand for me. So this creamed honey is so good, guys. Like, add this to your coffee in the morning. I also just do a spoonful of it. I usually get a tablespoon of this a day, and it's just an energy boost. It's great. So raw honey is something I always eat every day with a lot of fruit. That's my main source of carbs is going to be the fruit and the rice, and then I add my proteins in. Also, something that I cannot stress enough is you need to make sure you are utilizing a food scale. Okay, this is essential for your success and tracking what you are actually getting as far as your intake of food and fuel in your body. So you need to be using a food scale, and it's going to make things a lot easier, and just it's going to keep you on track using this in conjunction with an app like MyFitnessPal, which is what I like to use for my diet to track everything. So make sure you guys are using a food scale when you are measuring out your meats, everything, guys. Meats, your carbs, your like PB fits, honey, everything. So the food scale is very important in this whole process, guys. So make sure you guys are using one. All right, so there you have it, man. That is what I like to incorporate in my diet as far as the foods go. I'll do some more videos on it, maybe take you through some recipes that I like to do. Simple, basic stuff. I'm not no 5-star chef or nothing, but it does work for me, and maybe it could work for you. So I'll do some more videos on just some stuff like that. And the workout routine is basically the same right now. My trainer, I do have a professional trainer who I hired. I think that if you have a coach or know somebody who can coach you, utilize it. And if you pay money for it, it actually helps keep you accountable, because when you do pay somebody to help you, you're like, you know, I have to take advantage of this. I put money into it and my resources into this. So when you pay somebody to help you out, it really starts a fire under you to stay on top of it, because you actually invested in it. Okay, so look at it as an investment, which is what it is. And your health is, I think, the biggest and most important investment that you can make in your life over finances, anything like that. Because if you are not a healthy individual, the other stuff doesn't matter. So make sure that you guys are getting in the gym, promoting a healthy lifestyle, eating as clean as you possibly can, and you will be set up to be more successful in your life. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for coming along with me on this one. I will do some more videos on workouts, different body groups, and that kind of thing. So I'm excited to share this journey with you and help out as many of you guys as possible that can relate to me. So stay tuned for all those. But right on, guys. We will see you guys next time. Take it easy.